Hey everyone, so I'm back again talking about goal setting. We're on the other side of this now. So I've got my list of things that you can choose from in front of me. So as we said, choose at least 5 of these things that you can change to get these quick, rapid results. As we said before, it needs to be actionable. So you need to choose these things, write down what you're going to use, and then stick to it for a week. We can reflect on that and then see if you can choose a couple more to add to the following week as well. So 5 things to start from. So track micronutrients, that's carbs, proteins and fats, okay? So tracking those and making sure that they're in the right proportion for you will help you lose body weight. It's something that we do cover in our advanced nutrition, but what I would say is make sure that you're eating proteins at every meal, and a protein serving should be lean. It should be a portion about the size of the palm of your hand, okay? So the palm of your hand and the thickness as well, all right? So that's at every meal, 3 to 4 meals a day. In the first couple of weeks, I want you to keep carbs to a minimum. We'll talk about those further down the line, and keep your fats in check as well, okay? So carbs are things like bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, particularly white potatoes. You're looking at sweets, most fruits, that kind of stuff. Lean proteins are fish, chicken, white fish, beef, pork, those kind of stuff, as long as they're lean. And keeping your fats in check. You're looking at things that aren't refined to eat. So things that are deep fried you want to avoid, because they contain bad fats. And you do want to consume good fats though, so make sure you're eating avocado, make sure you're having olive oil and you're not cooking with it. Make sure you're having coconut oil, those kind of things. It's all in the manual that you'll read, which is on the files tab at the top of this group. Track calories. That's one of the most common ones if you're doing this on your own, or either with a company like Weight Watchers or, Slim as well to a point, tracking calories. But that doesn't mean restrict calories, okay? So just track where those calories are actually coming from, okay? So it kind of comes back to your macronutrients here. Track the amount of calories that you're getting from carbs, track the amount of calories that you're getting from proteins, and track the amount of calories that you're getting from fats. And also you could look at tracking the amount of calories that you're getting from vegetables, okay? So, and you'll find from that processed foods are ridiculously high in calories, okay, like treats and things like that. You could choose to detox. We've got a pre-made detox. It's in the files tab in this page, so have a look at that. That could be one of your things. And in that detox, that kind of takes care of carbs, proteins and fats. So really number 3 could count for 3 things, because you're keeping in check your calories, you're detoxing, you're looking at your macronutrients. So it's a 3-in-1. That's why we recommend you do that first in your first week, and then kind of once every 4 or 6 weeks after that, depending on what your goal is. Hit your protein goal. I have gone on about protein quite a lot, I do realise that, but it is the most important thing in the diet, all right? So most people skimp on protein, particularly women. People can be funny about preparing it, funny about eating it, especially if you're vegetarian, but you just need to make sure that you are eating enough protein to facilitate healing the muscles that you've just worked in the workouts we're going to do. Otherwise your body's going to be in starvation mode and probably won't lose an awful lot of weight. So you need to make sure you're eating enough, and particularly making sure you're eating enough protein. So you could choose your focus as a protein goal focus. And again, in line with that, make sure that you're eating lean protein at every meal. And again, that goes back to the palm size portion at every meal. So protein, if you break it down, the actual word is first importance. It's really, really important. You should start planning your meals with what meat you're having, and then choose what you're going to have with it in terms of greens, and then add your spice and your flavouring to it. It's pretty much a really simple way to put a meal together, okay? Build it on what protein you're having, all right? Walk every day, about 30 minutes every day. If you can leave the car at home 1 day a week, that'd be great. Or get off, if you catch the bus, get off the bus 1 stop earlier, or if the train, 1 stop earlier, or take a long way around the way you would walk to your mode of transport. Or walk on your lunch break would be another good one. Train 3 or 4 times per week. With the 6 weeks transformation program, you're already going to be doing this, so that's one that's already chosen for you. Okay, so you just aim to get here and do the workout. We always say, just get here. Don't think about what you're going to be doing when you're here. Just get here. Okay. Eat 5+ servings of greens per day. Okay, so that's vegetables. Any greens, spinach, rocket, kale, salad vegetables. Just make sure you spice it up with a bit of dressing, some good oil to go on there. Make sure it's tasty, or any other greens that you think are going to be suitable for that purpose. Broccoli, that kind of stuff. We all know what good vegetables are to eat. Okay, and also I'll put it on a food matrix just to make sure that you know exactly what's on the safe list. Okay. Another one could be number 9, drink plenty of water. So you should be aiming for kind of 2.5, 3 litres of water a day, depending on your body size. I can give you the formula to work that out. But for the average adult, it's between 2.5, 3 litres, depending on your size and how much exertion and how much you work in, how much you sweat, etc. Okay. Next one, number 10, avoid refined carbohydrates. This includes bread, rice, pasta, cereals, all the obvious ones like sweets, chocolate, cakes, cookies, that kind of stuff, biscuits, anything that's got added sugar to it, avoid those. Another one you could choose is go gluten-free. Avoid stuff that contains wheat produce, white flour in particular. That would include traditional pasta, traditional bread, a lot of rye flour and those kind of things, and particularly cereals. Next one, you could go dairy-free. I say 11 and 12, gluten-free and dairy-free, because a lot of people have intolerances to these, and it can cause you to bloat. So going back to detox, that makes this whole thing easier, because that detox is gluten and dairy-free. Okay. Don't get, on a side note of that, don't get sucked into the dairy and gluten-free processed foods. They are still containing a lot of sugar, albeit they don't contain gluten, but they do contain a lot of sugar. So just be wary of those pre-processed stuff. Okay. On the 6-week transformation program, avoid alcohol as much as you can. It's not going to be the worst thing that happens to you if you have one night out where you drink, but if you're doing it every night or every other night, or hit it really hard over the weekend, your results really will take a hit on that. So try to avoid that as much as you can. And the last one, avoid sugar in drinks. So obviously pop, fizzy drinks are out of the equation. You don't need energy drinks. You don't need to be drinking Lucozade after the sessions. They're not that long. Water will be fine. And the same as if you go to like Costa or coffee shops, that kind of stuff. Don't have the coffee dessert things that they serve, the lattes, that kind of stuff. Avoid those as well. If you're putting sugar in your tea, stop. Switch to fruit teas. If you're putting sugar in your fruit tea, stop. Choose something that tastes better. Just try not to sweeten things with sugar. And on a side note for that, try to avoid sweeteners as well. Okay. The sooner we get over the addiction to the sweet taste, the better, and the more maintainable this whole lifestyle change thing will be. Okay, you will get over it. If you go low carb, you may get headaches for the first week to 10 days, but they will go. Just make sure that you're drinking enough water. The headaches are just your body letting go of the things that are trapped in the fat cells. Okay, so just make sure you're drinking enough, make sure you're eating enough, make sure you're getting enough fiber, and make sure you're getting enough protein. Okay, so again, pick 5 things off this list. If you've got to watch the video again, then do that. And I want you to post it in the comments box below this. Okay, so go for it. Choose 5, write it in the comments box below, and we'll talk about how you're going to do that. Okay, see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.